All right, we're switching gears now. Laura Keogh and Carrie Marsh's new cookbook, How to Feed a Family, is in stores now, and our cameras were there for the launch. Take a look.
Kids at around the same age, and so we went from being magazine editors and thinking about the latest fall fashion to worrying about how we were going to get some nutrition into our kids, and so we've just really shifted focus.
And at the end of the day, you have to feed them over and over and over.
Well, we really believe in getting the kids involved in every aspect, from going to the grocery store to deciding what we're going to cook to dinner tonight to actually cooking, because we really believe it's your best shot at getting some of that nutritious ingredients into your kids. In fact, our kids feel like the book is theirs. We helped a little, but really it's their book. And they really do. All three of them are really competent cooks because we've made the commitment.
And you know, we tackled little things. So, like when they were younger, they did a lot of the mixing, but now that they're older, especially both our 6-year-olds, they can chop with supervision, obviously, but we really like to get them involved.
Really, it's so worth it to see that look of pride on your kid's face when you thank them for dinner. It's pretty unbeatable.
And she's here with us live in studio. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
That you've managed to put this book together. I'm always impressed when people make a book or a cookbook. It is a huge undertaking.
I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah,
it was a lot of work.
Pat yourself on the back.
But it was so much fun, and it was so great to actually kind of put all of our family recipes together in one spot. And our kids, Carrie's 2 kids and my daughter, they actually think it's their book because they work so hard on it. So last night at the launch, they kind of thought it was their party.
This is their party.
Yeah,
just let them think
they
that.
took the mic at the end of the night and they just yelled, "We love you all!"
Oh, that's too sweet. Well, what I love about your recipes is that they're healthy, but they taste good, and people think the two are mutually exclusive, right?
Well, and they're not, because when my daughter turned about toddler age, I kind of took, because I was a journalist, I kind of took on the notion of how I was going to feed her like I would any other story, and I started researching. And what I found out, which is something I already knew, which was kale was a superfood, but I didn't realize how much of a major superfood it was.
Okay, it's
and
really
I thought,
good for you.
Okay, how am I going to get this into my daughter, and how am I going to eat it every day? And so I came up with a quiche, because I thought, most kids love eggs. Yeah. And so we're going to make our quiche. Well,
and they look amazing. I mean, this looks like something you can serve at an adult grown-up party.
You can serve it at a grown-up party. And you know what? And the kale pesto that I made to go into this quiche. So I'm just putting some garlic in the pan. And we've got some onion. And then I've got a bunch of chopped fresh kale right here, my dear.
So really go crazy when you get the kale.
So really
you might as well put a ton of kale in there.
And look at this.
It shrinks. It's a little bit like spinach in that way.
Exactly.
It shrinks down.
It wilts down. It's lovely. And you're just going to pop it into this pan.
What have you got in the kale that's so good for you? I mean, why is that vegetable just so good for you? Look at it looking at me with all of its leafy greeniness.
And you just, like, honestly, it's why we came up with so many great little recipes, because we thought if they eat one thing in a day, maybe it's this. Maybe and if it is, then we're done nutritionally. And you know what? When we made this, when I came up with this little pesto recipe, and put a little salt and pepper, what's great about it is you can freeze it. So once you get this wilted down all lovely, you're going to pop it into a food processor.
Okay.
And then you're going to make this like little pesto here.
And look at how much you made, which is, oh well, we wanted it there,
whatever.
right?
That happens.
So look at how much you made.
It's like my daughter's here.
I love recipes where you can make a ton, especially when you can freeze it, because you don't want to keep having to go back and making more and more and more.
And so you can, here's what we use for the recipe, but what you could do is you work on that.
Okay.
You can make a double batch and freeze it. And what I like to do is kind of make up, we have these Parmesan cakes here. We also make little pizzas that you can put into lunch pails.
Right.
And they pack up really nicely. But for the quiche, we've got 5 eggs here.
Okay.
And while you're wilting that, I'm going to add the milk. And we've got Parmesan cheese. And then we just give it a mix. And this is a great thing to do with kids because there's 5 eggs, and kids love to crack eggs,
They
right?
love the cracking of the eggs.
And we're really big at trying to get the kids involved in the kitchen at SBC. And here's our pesto, so we would have blended it up.
Yep.
Because
just pretend this is all wilted. How long would this usually take for it to all go down?
that would take about 8 to 10 minutes.
All right. Okay.
But we're really big on getting the kids involved at Sweet Potato Chronicles because research has shown that if you get the kids involved and they, you know, and by that we mean go food shopping with them, go to the farmer's market with them, have them help you in the kitchen when you can. We're just mixing this up. Then if you've got a picky eater, they're more likely to try the dish because there's no surprises, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They've been involved in the process along the way with you.
Yeah,
and
they
so
take
you're not
ownership.
you're not just putting a plate in front of them and say, eat that, and you're not leaving the table until you eat it. They know what's coming. They've cracked the eggs. They've seen the kale. They've helped you wilt it. So we've got it right here and all mixed up. And then what I substituted in the recipe, instead of using like a crust, was phyllo dough.
Is that a little bit healthier for you?
Yeah, and you know what? When I was experimenting, I was like, gosh, let it please taste like a crust. Please let this taste like a crust. And I just brush it with olive oil. And this is another fun thing my daughter likes to do. And I have to say, it gets all gooey in there and does taste like a crust. We've got about 4 sheets of it, and you would line each sheet with the oil.
Okay,
and then
put it all
very
together.
Carefully. Scarlett loves doing this as well, and you would just kind of pop it into.
You let her do this part?
I let her do this. I let her do.
You're a good mommy.
You know what?
I'd be like, move away.
As long as I have the time.
Let me get in control of that.
Well, my whole goal is so that she could do it and I could move away and leave.
Right.
Right.
So
It's
you
to get
have
her
a cocktail while she's making dinner.
And you know what? I'm almost
arrangement.
I'm almost there. She's 6 now, and she comes in and loves to. She'll say, "Okay, what are we doing, mommy?" And
good girl.
So we would just pop
great.
this in, and then I have a little ladle, and we can. Oh, where's my ladle?
Maybe it's here in your nice little organized. Nope, it's not.
Nope. Well, we'll just pour it from the bowl.
How about you just use a spoon?
And you would pour it right into your ramekin. And what's great about these is they're individually sized.
Very
and
nice.
You just pop it into the oven for 375. You can even sprinkle a little bit more cheese.
Yeah.
And they're individually sized, so it's fun. Kids also like little mini things, right?
I think adults like that too.
Yeah.
But kids especially do. They want sort of their own little thing. It makes it more fun to eat.
Yes.
People think quiche and they think fussy. Very easy.
Yeah, very
easy recipe.
And my daughter loves for her food to not touch other things. Like don't touch the vegetables.
Yeah.
Like this can't touch anything else. So
I
it's
hear
perfect.
you.
It's mini and it's on its own.
We are going to put the recipe for all of this on our website.
Yes.
So that is cityline.ca. And thank you so much to Laura. Look, isn't that a good looking book?
It's cute, right?
We're going to be drawing for copies of How to Feed a Family after the show. So you can go home with this gorgeous stuff.